Today, I'm going to be talking about entering and matching bills in QuickBooks. This is a super common function used by many of our clients, so you may use it too. So specifically, I'm going to talk about whenever you do enter a bill, and then it clears the bank and making sure that bill matches up properly. I'm going to come into my sample company here, and I'm going to go ahead and enter a bill that I received from my vendor, Hicks Hardware. So maybe you don't normally enter bills from your hardware store, maybe it's from the credit card company or whatever it may be. So for this example, I'm entering from Hicks Hardware. I'm a landscaping company, so I'm gonna assume that's just supplies used to do on the regular. And the amount of this one is $24.38. And for this example, I'm gonna enter the bill at 1/1/23. This date isn't accurate per the bill, but I'm going to enter this as an example to show you how to use the match function because it really should have been dated in June or July. So January bill, supplies for $24.38. Perfect. So I'm going to do save and close here. So I'm going to show you two ways to deal with this. So first way, I'm going to just refresh my screen to make sure QuickBooks isn't going to find an automatic match and that it processed the bill. So here's my Hicks Hardware for $24.38, and you can see it came through in June. So by this point, I may have forgotten that I entered a bill, so I'm just going to go ahead and enter it as an expense, a supplies expense, and hit add. Now I can go in here to the vendor and see if I go to Hicks, and this will show up on your accounts payable summary if that's something that you check regularly, and you should check it regularly if you're using the bill pay function. So I'm gonna see here I owe $24.38 to these guys, and if I do this little settings and I add the balance, I can see all these are zeros, and then bam, here's the $24.38 that I still owe. But I just coded a $24.38 expense, and there it is up there. In order to match these two together, I'm going to go here to my expense, the $24.38, and I can actually add this bill to it so that they're applied against each other. Now, QuickBooks did a kind of a funky thing here where it has the payment and then a credit to apply. Sometimes it does that, but you have to make sure and catch that you actually did pay this $24.38. That amount should show up here, and it should match this one online banking match. So here's my $24.38, $24.38, and if I come down here, amount to credit should be 0. So now when I hit save and close, it automatically turns this $24.38 into a bill payment instead of an expense, and now my bill is zeroed out. Okay, so for the sake of example, I'm going to delete this bill payment. You don't have to ever do that whenever, you did it correctly. But for this example, I'm going to show, here's my bill open for $24.38. And now if I go back into my banking, here's the $24.38 again because I deleted it out of the vendor. Now, it should match, but since I backdated the bill so much, I can either go adjust the bill to the correct date, or I can hit find match if you're not wanting to alter what the client did, especially this is what I use. And I'm going to expand my search to include January 1st. And here's that Hicks Hardware bill. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. So as you can see, the match function, QuickBooks just uses a reasonableness test. It searches a couple months ahead, a couple months behind, and for the exact amount and the exact vendor. So if you are a little off in how you entered it, it won't necessarily show up as one match found. You might have to go to that find match to find your error. So that is actually how you would take care of the bill payment. And if I go here to vendors, just so you can see what it did. Now my balance is 0. And if I go here to the bill, it says 0. And then here's my bill payment up here. So by using the find match function, it automatically entered a bill payment. Okay, so that's how you deal with the bill payment function and using your accounts payable aging summary and just keeping that all reconciled. This is a good way to make sure you have that done. So if you'd like to see more podcasts like this, follow us for more. Thank you.